I was hoping we might be able to talk even about women and children and kind of your work on when women succeed, and particularly kind of lifting the floor, not simply breaking the glass ceiling, but hopefully supporting, so many, female-led families, and really helping, to alleviate poverty in the United States.
I'm glad that you made the point. It's not just about one woman succeeding, we call it the marble ceiling, breaking the marble, but about how, that's harder, all families up. Because, again, I'm telling you an absolute fact. When I said before, if we reduce the role of money in politics, we'll have more women, minorities, and younger people in the mix. This is an absolute fact. When women succeed, America succeeds. That is the that is the title of our agenda, When Women Succeed, but it is a statement of fact. And there are countries around the world, when I meet heads of state and say, what is your economic plan? They say to increase the involvement of women in our economy. They know. And here's the thing. The sort of the 3 or 4 legs to the stool, say 4 legs to the stool of it all. Pay. Not only equal pay for equal work, but raising the minimum wage and going beyond that. Bigger paychecks for America's women. Pay. Secondly, family and medical leave we have in California to a certain extent, but we must have national paid sick leave for families. This empowers women. We're largely the caregivers, but it's for men too. It's about families. Paid sick leave is one of the biggest, most transformative, liberates people to be able to have a job and not have to worry every minute about their child or senior left at home. And then the third is quality, affordable child care. This is, we almost had it in the late 70s before anybody else in this room besides me was born, including your president. We almost had it, and then President Nixon vetoed it because he did. The professor's from Whittier, maybe she can explain it to us.
I'll just apologize.
No, but he did some good things, but that was not among them. But the thing about this is, and I want to tell you this story because I think it captures. We went all over the country listening to women. What is it that women, we didn't just come up with these things. And let me just say the fourth leg, of course, is the caregiver for our seniors and intergenerational role that women play. Again, men too, but overwhelmingly women. So we went all over the country listening to people. We're in California, north, south, coastal, inland, but all over the country. And this one story really, I think, says it all. It was a woman who was invited to speak about her own experience, about being a single mom and this, that, and the other thing. And now she had a job as a school bus driver. And so she was going to come tell us how she went from where she had been to having this profession that she loved and this and that. She said, but I'm not going to tell you about me. I'm going to tell you about what I see every day as a driver of a school bus. I pull up to the curb, and I know what's going to happen. I'll see a mom crying. That mom is going to put a sick child on the bus. It's not good for the child. It's not good for the other children on the bus or the children in school. She's going to do that because she can't possibly afford to miss a day of work. She just needs the income. And if she misses more than a couple or a few, she was out of a job, most likely, in this economic place. Secondly, she has not one day of paid sick leave. So she can't say, I have to stay home with my child who is sick. Can't take off work, doesn't have one day of paid sick leave, and couldn't ever possibly afford quality child care for her child. sends a sick child to school in the greatest country that ever existed in the history of the world. Now, how are women going to succeed with that responsibility, which is a great one, and that we honor it is great as well. But there's got to be a way to unleash the power of women so that not only succeed in that job, but can rise through the ranks and make their contribution. And so it is essential. It is essential that in our public policy, we understand that every child in America belongs to all of us. They are the heirs of the United States of America.